Hello everyone, today I want to talk to you about one of the most scalable layer 1 public blockchains, also known as Kadena. Kadena claims to be the industry's only scalable layer 1 proof of work blockchain. You can buy it or you can mine it, but not with a regular GPU. You need to get one of those specific miners called ASICs. Let's go over all the options, current price and future, and I'll show you what I'm doing too. Let's get into it. Alright, so what's so special about Kadena? Well, if you like computer science like me, you're gonna like this one. The world needs to process more transactions every day, and scalability at a low cost is key. That's what Ethereum was trying to solve. They couldn't do it while they were proof of work. Kadena seems to have solved that mathematical problem behind and still remaining a proof of work chain. So why is it so hard to scale up proof of work blockchains? Well, if you go to this article, Gemini.com, Cryptopedia, you can see here the different types of blockchains. They explain it really well, and you can see that proof of work blockchains are coded to be more or less difficult relative to the amount of computational power on their network. You may think of computational power as simply competition. More computational power equals more competition, which equals harder proof of work. Nobody can argue that proof of work networks aren't secure. They are. But it's harder and harder to scale because they need more power in order to process more transactions, given the competition to win for a block. The article continues, however, the same features that make proof of work blockchains secure also make the barriers to participate in the network as a node high. Operating a mining rig and paying for the associated hardware and electricity costs is too expensive for the average user, and mining on many major networks can be monopolized by large-scale mining operations that have a massive influence in network governance. So there you are. I mean, the more competition, the more power, higher the cost, difficult for people to get into as a node operator and to mine. That's why it's hard to scale proof of work networks. Okay, so how did Kadena actually solve it? Let's take a look. Head over to kadena.io. Let's hit about here. You're gonna read about the founders. Stuart Popejoy led JP Morgan's emerging blockchain group, and Will Martino, he was the tech lead for the SEC. So, they both have great experience, great backgrounds. You can also read about the executive team here. They have the LinkedIn's profile. So many work for different organizations, very well-known organizations. But here you have the public blockchain reimagined, no competition, how to scale proof of work. And this is how they did. Doug Beardsley, he's the director of engineering at Kadena, and he explains in this article how Kadena actually solved it. Okay, and in this article, Doug explains it really well. He starts with a classic computer science parallelization problem where one Bitcoin blockchain can do 5 transactions per second, 2 Bitcoin blockchains can do 10 transactions per second, and 10 blockchains can do 50 TPS. But the problem with that approach is that each of these complete standalone blockchains have a completely different currency, and then a 51% attack becomes a 5.1 attack, so not secure at all. So Kadena solved it by doing a chain web protocol that solved both of these problems, but braiding the chains together. So for 2 chains, in addition to making each block include the hash of the previous block, which is how the blockchains work, regular blockchains work, you also have to include the hash of the previous block on the other chain. This is great, but the problem comes when you start adding networks on top of networks on top of networks, and you start really scaling up. You need a lot of overhead, a lot of space per block of overhead. So then he goes into the graph theory, and this is an example of a 10 network connections, right? All the nodes connected to each other. What it says is, as calculated before, they will use too much space because we have to store an extra 32 bytes for every line attached to the node. Not only that, it takes 5 hops to get from any chain to the chain that is the fastest way. And here you have the chain web and how it works. This is Kadena in a 10 chain, which was used at launch. You can see every node has 3 edges, and you can get from any node into another node in 2 hops. So from any node to another node, you can get it in 2 hops. So this is Kadena in August 2020, and they still kept the degree or 3 degrees. So you have to wait 3 blocks pretty much after a transaction before the whole network hash power is protecting it. And then here's the theory on how much they can scale. In conclusion, they have solved the problem of scalability. You even have a Vitalik from Ethereum network, the founder. Conclusion: the only solution to high tax transfer fees is scaling, and it seems that Kadena has solved the problem. All right, and if you are convinced Kadena have solved the problem of scalability and it has a great future, head over to Kadena.io and let's start with what we need first, which is an actual wallet. If you see here, the second tab is ecosystem. Let's click there. There's so many projects on Kadena right now. They have different categories here: custody, DeFi, enterprise gaming, NFTs, tools, and so much more. But if you go all the way to the bottom here, you can see wallets. Click there, and this is the official page where you want to download the wallets. They have this Chainweaver, which is the official wallet for advanced blockchain usage and smart contract development. They have different here: Linux, Mac OS, Windows, Koala wallet, your passport to Kadena ecosystem, and then Cellcore, which is the one I use. This is user friendly. It's a third party, and it runs on Flags, so I like Flags, so that's why I use Cellcore. And you can download Cellcore from cellcore.io, and you can try it now here. Alright, so after you install Cellcore, you have to set up a security password and then a 2-factor authentication, and then you're good to go. In the portfolio overview, if you don't see Kadena here, what you can do is you click add assets here, and you'll find Kadena, and you can type it here, KDA, and then you'll find Kadena. I already done that, so I already have my Kadena there. If I want to receive or send, I just click on Kadena, and here you have your receive and send addresses and the details of all the transactions. You can see here the price, and that's how you use this wallet. The benefit of using Cellcore is that it's a multi-wallet, so you can have multiple currencies, and I keep my Flags here, which I love, and I think it's really useful and easy to use. All right, let's go back to Kadena.io. Let's keep exploring. What else we need to buy Kadena? We need exchanges, right, to buy it from. So here it says exchanges. Click there. These are the summary of key features supported by exchanges trading Kadena. We have Binance, Gate, OKX, KuCoin, CoinMetro, Bittrex Global, Hotbit, CoinEx. So very well-known exchanges depending on where you live. I usually use KuCoin here, so very well-known and effective exchange. So there you are. That's the list of exchanges. All right, let's go back to Kadena.io. We already look at exchanges and wallets. We'll leave the Explorer for later. Let's look at their roadmap. You can see in the roadmap, the mainnet launch was January 2020. So it gives you an idea how early in the game we are. Although it looks a couple of years old. Let's take a look at the actual price to see where we are in the life cycle, right? So let's go here. This is trading view. That's Kadena USDT, and you can see here. This is back in January 2020. All right, so Kadena kind of started trading around 19 cents. From there, when it hit an all-time low of 6 cents, and since then, it appreciated in these cycles, in these uptrends, until it hit an all-time high of $28.80. That was back in November 2021. From there, it entered this correction mode and downtrend that hit a low of 76 cents. So since November 2021 and now we are at hit at 28.80 in November, and now we are at 76 cents. So if we ever go back to 28.80, that will mean Kadena will have to appreciate 36 times. So this is a 36 time opportunity if we think and if we think that Kadena is ever gonna go back there, which it could, right? So we gotta just see how the market evolved this year. I like this, this bounce here. We'll see if we can keep bouncing here and going into an uptrend. All right, according to CoinMarketCap, Kadena is ranked 124th, and the total market cap is 259 million, almost 260 million market cap. The total supply, maximum supply is gonna be about 1 billion. As of today, the total circulating supply is 217 million. Let's see here if it says. All right, mining will be 700 millions to be emitted over 100 plus years. Platform share 200 millions to be emitted over 9 years, and then for investor strategic reserve 90 million, and burn at launch 10 million. So that's in terms of tokenomics for Kadena. All right, and if you want to purchase Kadena from an exchange, I use KuCoin. Let's see if we can find here Kadena. It says only change one is supported for withdrawals. Only addresses beginning with K. So make sure the address that you are going to use starts with K. And the network here says Kadena. It has a 59 cents transaction fee. And then from your Cellcore wallet, if you're using that one, you're gonna hit receive, copy the address, and paste it here. All right, let's talk about the fun stuff. What if we want to mine Kadena? Head over to this site, bt-miners.com, which is where you can buy ASIC miners. I have done that in the past. It worked really well for me. Or you can use asicmarketplace.com as well. You can see all the miners and price and compare all that. I'm gonna go back to bt-miners.com and hit here miners profitability. Let's click there. And then I'm gonna filter by Kadena. So select there, and you can see here you have different options depending on your budget and the amount of power that you can supply, and also how much you pay per kilowatts, right? So in terms of electricity costs, you gotta check how much you pay in your area, but you're gonna adjust accordingly here. The default is 10 cents per kilowatt hour, and you can see the ROI of each ASIC miner. You can't use your GPU. You need to purchase a ASIC miner. I'm gonna search by ROI. All right, first one on the list is IB-Link BMK3J. It produces 65 terahash. It's sold out, so we don't know how much would the price be or the ROI. It uses 3,300 watts. I will here, according to the latest profitability, is $15. But the next one, in terms of ROI, is 6.6 months. So you'll get your money back in 6.6 months. Is the Bitmain Antminer KA3, 166 terahash. So amazing output with 3,154 watt. Let's click this. Produces 52.78 days for 52.78 dollar a day. Let's click here. It's around $10,390 dollars, and you have a description of everything about that Antminer K3. You have a YouTube video you can watch. Let's go back to the list. Although they use a lot of power, they produce a lot of output in terms of terahash, but they're noisy. So if you're looking for something small, you see here they just released this, a new gold share KD box 2. Let's take a look. This is, I believe, is the latest Kadena miner. I have a previous version. You can watch the video here. It only uses 400 watts, and you can use 110 if you live in the US, 110 volt, but you can also use 220 volts. All right, I have this Kadena KD Box Pro 2.6, the previous version. It uses 405 watts, and it produces pretty much half, 2.6 terahash. And as of today, with the price of Kadena, it's not even breaking even. It's losing 3 cents a day. So if you have that one like me, it's better to keep buying Kadena instead of mining it. if you think here, they used to cost 7,500 at one point in time. So imagine when Kadena goes back into around $28, we'll see how much they cost. Maybe it's a good time to buy right now, but nobody knows that. All right, and I found in ASICmarketplace.com, I found the Ivy Link BM K3 Kadena miner. It costs $4,270. This is for the February end batch delivery. Let's see here, 3,300 watts and hash rate 70 terahash. So let's go back to bt-miners.com, and here you can use the where is it, Kadena earning calculation here. All right, Kadena, you know, produces 70 terahash, 33 even. I'm gonna assume the default, which is 10 cents dollar kilowatt hour, and the miner price, as you can see here, is 42.70. Let's go here, 42.70, and the Kadena price, let's double check. It's the Kadena price 119. Oh, it's pretty close. All right, here 119. All right, calculate earnings. All right, daily income will be $15.35 and the ROI is 9.3. So this is another good option. In 9.3 months, you get all your money back, and you're gonna be making a $460 per month on income. Okay, this is a really nice calculation, handy tool to have. The Kadena earnings calculator. Use it with other miners that you find, and you can estimate how much money you're gonna make and when it's gonna be in terms of return on investment, when you're gonna get your money back. Always check on that, and always check mining versus buying, right? If mining doesn't make sense, like in the case of the old Kadena miner that I have, it's better to keep buying and wait for that appreciation once the winter is over and the bull market returns. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I think we covered quite a few topics on Kadena. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment sections. Thank you so much, and I see you in the next video.